ants. I love the idea of those.
We are back with part 2 of episode 4 of The Infinite City. And it is, well, it's been a trip. So, on your way back, you looted the shield and are using it now, Horatius.
Yes.
You were telling Ren about the your adventures, I guess I would say, thus far, and things you found.
Or mostly making excuses.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But no, he is actually curious about the elevator when you mentioned it to him. And he says, it's an elevator that takes you to and from another building entirely.
Yeah.
That is curious.
Yeah.
I shall take measurements there at some point.
I mean,
There.
can I attempt to describe the square footage of the elevator?
You definitely can, yes.
Yeah, so no need for measurements. This is how big it is.
There's also
That's
a
not what I
flock.
mean, but never mind.
There's a flock nest there. So and 2 guardians that are guarding against shoplifters of the store.
How quaint. They will not be a problem.
One of them does have an energy shield, though.
Very well. That's what he seems to be most. That's what he is interested in. He's also interested in the portal, basically thing, dimensional door thing that you stuck your head into. And yeah, he expresses similar a similar reaction, saying that he will probably go there to take readings when he has the time.
There weren't any books. Oh, I'm sorry.
In the land of dad jokes.
Of course, that's the one thing that survives the apocalypse.
Yeah. Dad jokes to make fun of nerds.
Yep.
I only have 3 might left. I can kill myself right now.
But yeah, no. If you want to, do you want to do anything or talk to him about anything specific while you're accompanying him?
Oh, we also ran into not like a robot thing, but not like the robot guy that we brought in. Like
we don't want to tell him about that. The Nevagen. Like
Yeah,
their
we
whole
don't-
thing is there aren't many of them left. So Killian would have a
I do
problem
not
with
trust
you being
mad
like
scientist Ren.
Yeah.
Mm,
Tube boy does
I
not
love
get.
how he's been like personified as this mad scientist, and he's just like, I'm
He's
here.
got a tube.
I'm here just doing things.
While I have this persuasion skill, can I get more tube information? I would like to get him talking and
Well,
lead him down the path of explaining the tube.
we might want to press him on the I didn't write down any notes. The thing, the weird message and the end of all things, the singularity kind of thing that was going to happen.
God damn it! I know what it is. It's like the thing, the Watcher at the end of time or something. I don't know. It's something with my eyes or
We
watching.
don't
Whatever
remember.
Doctor Who episode you fucking put in front of us, that whatever that is.
The meeting of all things.
Yes, the meeting of all things at the end of time, I think is what he said.
Like, we also heard this weird phrase, and then eyes roll back, and we all unisonly say
The meeting of all things. It was written on the wall of the department store too.
It's still there. You like walked past it on your way past.
Yeah.
It. Yep.
So maybe try and persuade him about the tube, and then sidetrack if that goes sideways to ask about. By the way, this graffiti, we noticed more of it around.
Yeah. Which one do you want to focus on first?
graffiti first, tube last.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. So what do you say or ask about? How do you start this conversation?
I mean, we've heard people talking about this stuff. We've seen the graffiti. Like, we'll just say the flock, mention them. Because they might have. I don't know. But yeah,
Do you know anything about this? You heard
No, I
around
wouldn't
anything?
travel alongside such an entity like this without knowing anything about it. Of course I know about it. Or actually, wait, which one are you asking about?
the graffiti.
Graffiti.
Oh, I thought you were asking about the robot.
Oh my god.
Okay, then he says he's quiet actually for a bit. And he says, "I'm afraid I can't help you."
That sounds more like won't than can't.
Did you do the graffiti? Your secret?
Banksy?
You want to try and Are you going to try and like persuade him to open up, or what's your plan here?
I was just gonna pin the blame on him and see how he reacts to that.
Yeah,
I
is this a
mean, if
can't
this
help
is
us or
something
won't?
that might be relevant to what we're going to face in order to meet the objective that you want us to meet, you should tell us about that.
And I'm scanning all his answers because I can detect falsehoods as a skill.
Perfect. Then
Yeah.
let's see a roll to convince him to open up and see how it goes.
I want to help. I'd like to
Perfect.
help.
Your difficulty is 6.
Oh boy. Okay. I
But
can
you
take that
have
role and then help from both of these people.
yes.
Is
And
help with
then-
a skill 2 points?
Yes.
Yes, but either way, it's still you can have a max of 2 points worth of assets, and help with a skill
2
is
points or 2 assets?
you can have a max of 2 assets, but either that
You can only get help with 2 like
2
steps,
levels,
right?
Yeah. So either you can get help from 2 people or get help from 1 person with a skill. Either way, it's 2 levels of help is the most you can get.
Okay.
Which
So
you
2
have.
levels of help, and then this is pleasant conversation?
Yeah.
Actually, kind of. Yeah.
Wait, so is Indigo, are you helping with a skill?
Yep.
Okay, so then I will help Zen detect if he's lying when he rolls, because I have perception as a skill.
Okay. So roll 3 first to see if he gives us anything, and no.
Ooh.
Do you
So
want to spend
close.
XP to reroll that?
How much you
Not
got?
yet. Pardon?
How much XP do you have? Well, can't you also spend effort to reroll if
Not
you didn't spend
reroll.
effort on the roll?
Oh, you can actually. There's a thing
Yeah,
for that.
just not in combat, I think.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
How much effort on what? Because that's something I'd be
This is an
perfectly
int
willing to
roll,
spend.
so it'd be an intellect effort.
Yeah.
So it'd be
And
3 points
we're
minus
about to
edge.
So
go
basically
rest.
3 points?
Minus edge, yeah.
Is it reasonable to assume we're going to rest in town from the rest of
Mhm.
you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, if that's the case, I don't need it, so I might as well take that and do a reroll.
Okay.
No, no, it's so much worse.
Do you want to spend XP to reroll that one? Because you can't spend effort again to reroll it.
I kind
Because
of like seeing what happens when things
No,
go
please,
horribly
no.
wrong. Let's do this. I'm not re-rolling. I'll take that one.
okay. So
I'll jump off the bridge when we get there.
perfect. So I think he says, whatever nonsense you've heard, it has nothing to do with your mission. Now stop getting distracted, and I will not indulge you any longer. And now he's not going to talk to you at all for the rest of the time.
Okay,
I want to make faces at him behind his back
but what
as
is
we continue to walk to town.
But was he lying about it not being a part of our mission? What I will.
Let's roll first, technically,
Mhm.
before I tell you either way.
Okay.
Yep, I'm helping you with the skill, so you're good.
Okay.
Yep, still difficulty
same
6.
difficulty.
Yep.
So it's down to 4. I'm gonna spend some intellect here to bring it down to 3 because I have 2 edge in intellect.
Aren't you skilled at detecting falsehoods, though?
Yes.
So that's
That
down to
brings
2.
it down to 2.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Success.
Okay. You sense a partial falsehood. It's very likely that what he said was true, but something. Like
But he's holding something back.
it's like whatever he had to tell you wouldn't help you. But it wasn't technically unrelated.
Okay. That's what I was hoping for that was to catch him in a lie and get an asset on a future roll against him with the thing. But if that's all I can get, that's probably not enough.
No, I don't think so. And yeah, no, he's just like completely ignoring you guys and like speed walking. Not like obviously trying to get away from you, but staying a good distance ahead of you without running. Until you get back to camp. Just checking if there's anything you want to do before you get there, yeah.
As we get to the gate, I kind of want to check and see, hello, what's going on? How are things? Like, I want to present the fact that we've gotten these birds in as fantastic and bombastic of a way as possible.
Mm-hmm.
We are the heroes of this place, for sure.
Yeah. So you walk in and there is no one at the gate. Which is unusual, obviously. And
we brought all this stuff back to a dead
town. Ren and his companion just go into their hotel room that's near the entrance and just walk into there and kind of ignore even this unusual thing and leave you four alone.
Hello? Calling out?
Yeah, you call out. You hear muffled voices up ahead.
Killed some flock. We've got some stuff back.
Yeah. After a moment, you see Tarek turns the corner with... Did you break his weapon? I don't think you did.
Yes.
You did break his
You
weapon?
did.
Bit
Perfect.
it.
Yep.
Off. Yeah.
Bit through it.
Yeah, it has not yet been repaired. So instead
I also took a finger.
he's holding probably some kind of large rifle. And he like turns the corner pointing it at you before he knows that it is you for sure. And then he says, "Oh, it's you."
Brought your stuff back.
He lowers his weapon.
It would be really help relations if you'd put that rifle down.
He does. He puts it down.
Yeah, remember last time you pointed a rifle at us?
Let's keep this friendly.
He calls back to people behind him that you don't see, and he says, "It's fine. We're good." Yeah, you come around the corner into the sort of the main area, where you can see most of the inhabitants of Scrap, most of the regular inhabitants, of which there are like 6, they're all standing together in the middle of the trader's den, talking. They were talking to each other. Looking around, you can see everything in the trader's den. There were stalls and stuff set up. They've been like knocked over. It looks like this whole place has been turned upside down.
What about our robot friend?
He's there as well.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not really participating in the conversation himself. He's off to the side. But yeah, he's just sort of standing there and looks unsure of what to do, but it's hard to read him. Yeah, they all sort of see you and as you turn the corner with all of the stuff that you're carrying and the water barrel that you're rolling, you see that Milk, the trader, gasps in appreciation and says, "You brought it back! Oh, thank goodness." Everyone sort of walks forward and inspects what you returned.
Oh, not so fast.
Yeah, assuming that you were here to give it back.
Light condition. I'm gonna need, I count, 8 grilled cheeses, and a place to sleep.
We don't have grilled cheeses, says Tarek, but there's plenty of
The
space for you
local
to sleep in some of
sandwiches.
the rooms. We don't exactly have bread. We have fruit,
Cheese
We're
for
just
vegetables.
happy to have been able to return this to you, its rightful owners, along with some, I assume, vengeance? Pointing at the birds.
You can
You
have their
take all
pots
the
and pans.
corpses with you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
One of the
Proof.
carts is filled with corpses.
okay, perfect.
I mean, we could always have chicken sandwiches.
They even
Think they
Is
have
that
I don't think
cannibalism? I don't know.
they're uncomfortable with it. Yeah, no, they squirm a bit and they say, "That's all you if you want to do that." But
Oh,
no,
okay. I don't know if they count as people.
You thought the Ren Fair turkey legs were big.
But yeah, no, they're happy to give you room and board. They're sort of, if, with your permission, shifting through the stuff and looking at what there is.
Yeah, I
It
think we
looks
took
like
everything
no
we
one
wanted,
seemed to. No one died in the raid, and as Milk is talking to you, she is like fast-handedly describing like what happened.
Did you get our message
They
warning you
did
about
get
it?
your warning, therefore they all hid because they knew they wouldn't really be able to stop, and so they just let them take everything that they could. Some of them were grumbling about it, but they knew there was not much they could do. They did put the turret out in hopes that would dissuade them, and well, now they have the turret parts back, so maybe they can repair it. But no, they all hid, and just that's why they were okay.
We should tell them about the crazy survivalist at the end of the hallway in that other building. See if they want to like team up.
I'm sure he will be. The survivalist is happy to team up. Yes.
Yeah, he seems like a real people person.
I mean, he
Um,
Will
seemed
be-
like he wanted to cause some ruckus with all the.
Yep. Milk asks you, like, I hate to ask, I don't see my uh box here anywhere. Well, it was empty. Uh, they took all of my shins that I made from my business. Have you seen any of them? I think it was about 50.
Is that how much we got,
You
or
got
is there what's the?
54.
Yes.
You got 54.
Ooh,
Yeah, no, we have not seen 50 shins in a box anywhere.
You legitimately didn't see the box, and the box is still
No.
here. They just emptied it.
All right.
Yeah.
So we said we didn't see 50 shins in a box.
Yeah, we didn't get a box of money.
She eyes you quizzically, and she
I'm gonna have
says,
$50, so
Listen.
it's not like I have it.
"If there's anything I can do to persuade you to suddenly find it, or happen to have found it, I, out of thankfulness, could give a discount to all future purchases."
You want $10? I can give you $10.
I could give you all my shins. I don't really have a use for them because I hold up my hands.
I just
These.
want to make sure that
I
you're
mean, I
being
have
honest. I find it.
No,
16 shins worth of computer parts. You can have those.
Got some potato chips.
I would like to
She's
hand
not
over.
interested in the money. She's trying to like tell if you're lying to her, which you definitely are.
No, we found 54 shins, not 50
Yeah,
shins.
this isn't a lie at all.
It wasn't in a box.
Yeah, we don't know where those came
I would
from.
like
They
to
could have
give
had
her-
shins on them.
I would like to offer to Milk 10 shins plus 8 shins worth of junk.
I'll give her my 13.
She will accept both of those and make
Yeah,
do.
there you go. That's what I got to spare.
Okay.
Yeah, I use my
Well,
body as
you
my weapon,
two-
so I don't.
Get 1/3 off of pricing.
You don't have the thing I wanted anyway.
Well,
I'll give her
I'm now-
16 shins worth of stuff for 1 shin instead.
What?
Do you?
I'm pretty sure I'm X amount short and I'm trying to make that work.
We could give you, because we didn't find your shins. We could give you some of their weapons in
You want
return.
a corpse? We got an extra corpse.
I don't.
Have a
She
pistol.
says, "I don't buy corpses. I don't deal in the corpse business anymore."
Hmm.
But
Do you know what the corpse
Anymore.
Anymore.
Any
Anymore.
contacts?
Oh, we
Former
forgot
business
about the bow and
associates?
arrow too.
but she is willing to purchase any weapons that you have to sell her.
Yeah, all of the excess weapons.
hmm
Yeah, we forgot to add the bow and arrow guy stuff.
Yeah, so we have one buzz gun, we have one axe, one hammer, one bow
a
and arrow,
pistol.
one pistol.
I think I grabbed the hunting pistol. Hunting rifle, rather.
You've
We
got
got
the
the
rifle.
rifle,
We also
but we have a
pistol.
pistol. Yeah.
Okay. So you are able to sell things to her. Here we go.
She only has
Zero
$23.
So I'll say these individually. I'll ask one of you to just put it in chat. For the buzzer, if you're selling it, you get 12 shins. 13 if you also sell her all the ammo, actually.
Wait, if we don't have the gun, we don't want the ammo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
13 for the buzzer, 4 for the bow with arrows.
Damn it. All right. Well, there's the buzzer plus ammo.
10 for the hunting rifle and bullets. I'm not sure you're selling that though.
Yeah.
The great hammer is 3. The axe is 2. I think that was it for the weapon.
Pistol.
What is?
Oh, right, the pistol and the
Pistol.
corpse. Yes.
Yeah.
That one would be 1.
What does the axe count as for our on our gear list?
It's a medium weapon, standard medium weapon.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
23 total.
Yep. So you hand her
And-
a bunch of shins, and then she pays you like 3/4 of them outright now. Well, I suspect I'm gonna be selling these quite soon, anyways, to other passersby or other people here.
Yeah. So we get 2 people get 5, 2 people get 6.
How much more did
I
you
think
need?
3 people
Marissa,
get
for
5,
your-
and 1 person gets 6.
Yeah, sorry, you're right.
I
3
think the
people
big
get
question
5.
is,
I'll take
you
the
know,
6 because I had to give her my money.
I'm wrong. Sorry,
Good.
3 people get 6, 1 person gets 5.
Oh,
those 16 shins worth of computer hardware, can I get rid of them here?
They are literally shins, is what I meant by them.
Okay.
Like, in terms
Fair.
of they are barter themselves.
In which case, I'm actually fine. So I'll take 5.
Okay.
So everyone else gets 6.
Yep.
Mhm.
Perfect.
I always forget you can use Roll20 as a calculator.
Yeah. It's useful.
Speaking of which, if things seem to be nice over here, I'll go and just buy some time.
That's fair, yeah. No, he, like the sec, I don't think you directly are able to speak with him, but he is still... Wait, was he? Yes. He's able to speak
He was
your
given like a
language.
whiteboard. He could understand us, but we can't understand
We
him.
gave
You're
him a
right.
He's got a
sign, and
whiteboard
you
with
could
this
point at
thing
the
and this
menu. You
thing.
could point
right.
at the menu.
So,
Top
yeah.
point at the menu, 28 plus 2 shins worth of computer parts, or more likely the other way around. Get rid of the computer software and get that to him. And
Yep. Perfect. Yeah, so he speaks in his weird fast and slow language, and then he realizes what you're looking for. He accepts your shins and hands you a coin.
I thought you were going to say a Coke container.
No, it's sort of a larger than normal, more like 2-inch diameter coin.
quickly pull out the fire-resistant sprayer and spray it.
Yep.
Same with the hunting rifle.
Every time that you flip the coin, it seems to depict a different historical coin imprint. Different years throughout history, basically, every time you flip it. So there'll be like ancient Roman coins and then like the modern nickel or something like that from America, and it'll just change every time you look at it, basically.
That's really cool.
I have a question for the group. Do we
Hmm.
have rope?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. In that case, I know what I want to spend my shins on.
Oh.
You want a
Okay.
grappling hook or something?
No.
What are you buying?
I'm wondering if there's anything that we can get to help with the bird
Yeah.
problem.
To
Oh,
everyone else who
yeah.
is there who isn't a merchant has basically like taken a look at your stuff. The person who you saw previously, they took the power cells and the turret remains and are basically you saw them. They're the same person you saw working on the generator before in the corner of this room. Um, they look like they're going to go put those back where they belong, both of those things, and probably fix up the turret.
Yeah. I would like to salvage up a bathtub and some water and take a nap in it.
You do have a water barrel.
Um,
Yep. One of the other person just like takes the whole cart of plants and starts wheeling it back into the garden area where they came from.
Who makes the radio butterflies?
Yeah.
Him as well, actually. He'll take that too because that's where they were. That's where they came from. They're also in the rooftop gardens.
Does anyone sell books in this town?
They do not. Old books did
Okay.
not. It's been too long for old books to survive, basically, while being readable.
All right, then follow-up
Only
question. Does
books on
anyone
tape.
sell...
Only books on tape survived.
Damn it. So does anyone sell musical instruments in this town?
No. But if you really want, you could pay someone who knows how to carve one like a flute or something for you out of wood. You could probably do that in a day or two.
I want it now, though.
It takes like a week to make a violin.
Oh, I meant something like a
Well,
flute. That would be.
I was thinking like a
quicker.
harmonica. Like someone might just have a harmonica that I could buy.
I don't think anyone would be selling one, but you could just ask around if you want to and try to just find one, and then just because I think one of them definitely would have a harmonica if you want to just like see how much it is to buy their personal harmonica.
Okay.
Why do you want a
Either
harmonica?
that or if no one, I'm looking for like the equipment book. It says 5 to 20 shins and based on like what it has in it. If that's like a book, like a PDF, I don't know. Does anyone
What
have
was your
that?
reason for a musical instrument?
Oh, just to be the most annoying character with a harmonica.
Okay. So I guess I'll rephrase. Old books haven't survived, but books in general, I mean, I think what would people use for writing? Paper making wouldn't be a thing nowadays.
Why not? It's real easy.
Paper make yeah, I guess they'd have parchment and stuff. Like current modern paper wouldn't be easy, but yeah.
Like making paper is
we've
not hard.
established the frost shepherds are incredibly bureaucratic, and a lot of that's still got to be on paper somehow.
Yeah.
They're filling out forms.
You just need.
Oh yeah, I meant in this specific environment.
Yeah, this specific environment, but all you need is like wire mesh and a bucket of water and some plant goop.
That's fair.
Done it. It's very weird.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I've made paper out of literal blue jeans. It's possible. It's not. There's not a lot of limits.
Okay. Then
Yeah,
no, I am good to you can probably find some paper or like a are you looking for a specific book or a blank book?
I'm looking for a book that'll have information that might be helpful on our journey. That is
That would be
cost between
harder.
5 to 6 shins.
That would be harder, especially in a place like this. However,
you have a better chance of finding blank paper or like a blank journal than you would finding anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
If I assume you're asking around where you could find out.
Yeah, I'll ask around for a book.
Yeah, I assume you'd probably start with Milk, and she would tell you that there isn't a book like that here. She doesn't know of one. But if you're looking for information about the place in general, talk to either Tarek, because you got on so well with him before, or um, there are other 3 hunters that are around here. Tim, Norla, and Henner. Henner is the one who was acting very quiet and strange and wasn't. Oh, sorry, Hemmen, not Henner. Um,
He was the
when
guy at the
he
who
was the
we
guy at
very
the
first met at
entrance,
the top of
yeah,
the
who was super quiet.
elevator.
Um,
And then we read his
that I
book.
also pissed off.
Yes. Norla has copper hair and a laser spear. And Tim he's thin. You'll know him because he has like 6 pistols all in various parts and like pockets and holsters in his around his body. You definitely just saw them. They're not in the room anymore, but you definitely just saw them both or all 3 of them.
Okay. I'll start with Laser Spear Lady.
All right. Well, luckily for you, you find her and Tim together as they are having a whispered conversation,
Oh.
which they stop when you enter the room.
Hi.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm just looking to see if you have any like documents, like a book perhaps on information that could be helpful out there. If it's about like the flock or you know, weird bees that we ran into, something that I could use as an asset on my rolls.
She says, she smirks. She says, smart, but information like that is quite valuable.
I have 6 shins.
Here's the
No,
Cliff's notes. Good luck.
yeah. She says, you're going to need more than that. If I make a copy of my
Um,
own notes, I can probably do that overnight, but it would be 20 shins.
could
I've got
I?
14 and I'd help with that.
Oh, okay. I was gonna offer my gravity changer.
I
I'm
just came across a thing that might make books a little bit easier to come across. There's a item called memory ants.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, they like
Memory
Not only
ants.
not
yeah,
only
they,
I
that,
love them.
there's a memory ant terrarium next to the butterfly wire cage. It just couldn't be easily carried, so they left it. The birds.
yeah, they like run across a page of text and like store it, and then they copy it on another page. So
Yeah.
Wow.
So she can have
Um,
that to you immediately if you pay for the memory ant use.
and I might be
Wait, it's
able to
only
get a
one
loan
page
from
though,
a
isn't
friend.
it? Oh, that'd be
Well, you'd have
tougher.
one ant do one page and another ant do another page. Um, yeah, Marissa, if you want to loan me 14 shins.
Yeah, sure. I bought the thing I want. I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll give you a 6 shin deposit as I run and get the 14 shins and come back.
Okay. You come back and you pay her the other 14 shins, and she says, "All right, well, I'll have it to you in a few hours." And she looks
Okay.
at Tim and says, "We'll continue this conversation later." And they have like a tense moment between them before
Oh,
she walks away
um,
from him.
yeah, when she walks away, I'll just stay there with Tim and go, "Is this you need like advice or I could be a ear."
He looks at you for a while,
I'm known for being helpful.
on one hand trying to give off the vibe of like you're being dumb, I don't need any help from anyone, but on the other hand he's actually considering whether or not to help you, or sorry, whether or not to open up to you. Before he says, if one of your friends changed in his mood and attitude really suddenly in a place like this, what would you do?
Um, it would depend on how substantial a mood change and if you could deal with the new them.
But like, hmm, I you don't
Is it
think anything would
drugs?
happen to him? I don't know. Maybe could have been something did something to him out there.
Well, I'm always been told that if we communicate our feelings to each other, if you just talk to your friend and say you're concerned, just open up, you know, that's the best you can do, really. I know you are you're like a big tough guy, and you got like 6 revolvers on you, but the
Actually, each one's a
sometimes
different type of pistol, intentionally so. One's a revolver. One's an automatic.
well,
There's a few different things.
I'm not gonna talk about the logistics of getting 6 different types of ammunition
Oh, it's a hassle.
for. Yeah, I mean it's cool, but it sometimes the hardest battles to fight are in here, and I like touch his heart, like I go in here.
Yeah.
And trust me, I like manipulate blood, so I know.
Right.
Just be open and honest. Let the badass wall down. It's okay.
Yeah. I think he says, well, here's the thing. He only changed after we fought a giant robot that injected him with something.
Oh. See, that would have been context that I would have wanted before I like laid my heart out to you, but yeah, it could have been like a chemical. I open up my book on the Numenera and you're like, "Do you want to look through here to see maybe?"
Maybe, I guess, yeah. I haven't seen this
Yeah,
before.
I'll just help him out. Like, see if it's like what injected his friend.
Yeah. And he starts like as he's going with it, he starts mentioning and pointing out like maybe this could be it, maybe this could be it, based on what and how he was acting. And like the symptoms seem to be like a lot more caution. Um, guilt is also present. Um,
Oh, does your friend live here or?
he looks at you again, trying to decide how much to open up to you, and then he just says, "Screw it." Yeah.
Oh, 'cause like I remember this vaguely, but I remember someone said like this sounds familiar, but I don't remember when we heard it. Like someone being injected and changing, but I don't remember. It like sounds familiar.
I think
Or
I'll
the
leave that
background.
to you.
Injected and changing.
I don't know. I don't remember.
But yeah, you can with well, I don't think it's his, I don't think he will be helping you with what exactly it is because he's just giving you the context to make the rule in the first place. But you can try to figure out what could have happened to this guy.
Sure, I'll take a crack at it.
You want to tap your local doctor?
Yeah,
Perfect.
I'll go. Yeah, I'll converse with one of my colleagues. He's really good at understanding like medical stuff. I'm trained in healing also, but we'll see if we can figure out if it's like a venom or like a mind altering goo or I we
Always
ran
bet on
into
goo.
we ran into a fungus not that long ago that smells like your favorite food.
Oh, we avoid that.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'll be here for 10 hours. So when I come get my book, you know, I'll check in. I just
Okay.
give him like a like a friendly pat on the shoulder, be like, "Hang in there, buddy. It's gonna be okay."
Uh, he's still definitely uncomfortable with that, but he
Yeah,
accepts it.
feelings are hard, I know. It's a lot easier to shoot, but no, we gotta feel, because that's what makes us human. As I walk out of the room.
It's like a lack of feathers makes us human.
That's what makes the blood hit hardest. The feelings you put into it.
Yep.
I don't shoot my blood with my brain, I shoot my blood with my heart.
Emotional blood magic. Great.
Mhm.
Yep. Okay, so you're not doing the roll now, you said?
Oh, I was gonna go to Zen and do the roll to figure
With
it
him.
out
Okay,
now.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So,
Yeah. So
you can do the roll now. You could
Mhm.
also find the person and like do a. Since you have a doctor, I assume it would occur to the doctor to like, I can go do a medical examination of this dude.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I'd go to Killian
let's
and
go check
inform
him
him.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It would be. Yeah. Let's examine and see what's going on.
Okay,
Yeah.
so, you he did say he lives here. Do you want to like just get his who he is from this guy, or do you want to just like figure it out?
Just
Yeah, I guess
wander
get
around
who he
until we
is.
see someone that's
There's 5
obviously.
people here, right?
Yeah, there's like
We've
6.
got 3
Some of
other
them you haven't talked to
males,
at all.
but no, he wasn't saying it was Guy.
He did say he.
Well, we know it's
Oh,
not Spear Lady. We know it's not Milk.
in that case, we've got the quiet guy making the generator, and then the 2 other guys who hate you.
Which one of the guys that hates us is it?
It's Eric, isn't it? That's why he's such a dick.
What do you do?
Yeah, I'll just ask him like, who is it?
Get
Okay.
some digits, man.
Don't tell him that I told you this, but he's. Yeah. It's Hammond.
Oh, is that the turret guy?
Yeah. It's not the
Oh, okay.
mechanic who's fixing the turret now. He was the guy who was guarding next to the turret.
Mhm.
And what's his
The guy with the
relationship with
notebook.
the other girl? Anyhow, that you were arguing. Anyhow,
Mm.
sorry, I'm not here.
Okay. Thank you. I'll get back. Okay, bye. Just go.
Okay, perfect. You find Hammond just as where you first met him, guarding the elevator. So he has a similar. It looks like a some kind of assault rifle, like a very heavy duty weapon. Since there's no more turret here to help him with it. He looks up at you as you walk, presumably past him to get to the elevator. Is what he assumes, so he doesn't say anything. What do you do?
I'm gonna walk up to him and just tell them that we need to check him out because we found out that the flock were diseased and we don't want the disease spreading in town.
Oh, I hid from the flock. It's fine.
We don't know how it spread. Like, and I'm gonna
It
point to
could
like the
be.
pile of bodies and be like, where we took them back to examine to make sure that nothing bad would happen.
Yeah, it could be airborne.
Seems reckless to take them back into this place when they could be sick.
It's possible everyone's already infected. That's why we haven't pulled them all the way into town yet.
He looks at you and he says, Tarek told me not to trust you. In a tone that clearly says he hasn't decided yet.
You want to talk about feelings or something? This is.
Well, to be fair, Eric does, on first impression, seem to shoot first and ask questions later. I'm not sure if you want to take his word at face value. We've proven that we, like this place because we killed the flock that attacked you guys, and came back with all the stuff. Derek, I think he has, maybe like a problem not being like the machoiest man here, because there's the guy with like 6 guns, there's like the laser spear lady, and he, y- I think he just has a masculinity problem. But anyway, we really just want to make sure we're all, good and safe here.
Zen, your camera decided to freak out. Oh, it's back now.
Yeah, it'll do that occasionally.
Okay. Um, when you mentioned that you killed the 6 lock in order, and you say that, he like looks down, um, while you're talking about that part before looking back up at you. But you can try to persuade him to let you do this.
Okay, we have no social skills among us, I don't think, do we?
Now, I would like to argue for perception of recognizing, seeing him change how he looks when we talk about the flock.
And the
That could
asset
be-
of the dead body that was obviously infected with poison and necrotizing.
Mhm.
Fair. Okay. I think the poison, yeah, that helps. Base difficulty is 4.
Okay.
Okay.
So the poison helps. That counts as an asset. So if you help me, that's 2 from the asset, right?
Yep.
And then I have. Would perception help here? Or does that count as an asset? Because you can use skills differently, right?
Yeah, skills bring it down outside of assets and
Yeah.
those.
Okay.
Yeah, skills can go on top of that. Perception would not work for convincing him, no.
What about healing? Because I'm trained in healing, and we talked about disease.
Um,
And I psychoanalyzed his other friend.
think I think in this case, if you did like medical babble, then that
Yeah.
would work.
Mhm. So that makes it 1.
Okay. Then
And then
difficulty
I'm just gonna spend edge
You're just
to
gonna
make
spend-
it 0.
Okay. So he's just like, yeah, I guess okay, fine. Don't wanna make anyone sick. What do I do? How does this work?
Bend over. Oh.
There's
No,
a thermometer. It either goes in the mouth or the back door. You tell me which one you want.
The smart question is, where did you put it last?
I don't think you want to know the answer. That seems like an answer you don't want.
So yeah, we'll just tell him that it's a quick medical checkup. We might end up drawing a little bit of blood. No big deal.
Okay.
We all do it for a living.
Yep. All right. So yeah, though you can make a medical examination.
All right. Well, I can
I will help.
toss. Yeah, I can toss biology, healing. This isn't surgical, so yeah, those 2.
It could be. I think you have to roll to persuade to exploratory surgery first.
Exploratory surgery.
So the difficulty here will be 4.
4. Okay. Skills bring
Okay.
it down one per, so we're down to 2,
And I'm trained in healing, so
and so that's 2 more to 0.
yeah.
Okay. Perfect. So, you take his blood, you double check, do a few standard tests with him, and you can tell that I'm going to add the caveat after. There isn't anything wrong with him. There's no significantly altered like physiology. There's no chemicals in his blood that shouldn't be there, except there are very trace amounts of what probably takes you a bit of time to determine is a type of nanobot that you haven't seen before.
Was he injected with empathy bots? Is that the problem?
We made depression bots because we're evil.
With the medical
Oh my
examination,
God.
you can you can identify what these bots are, I think. Between that and the book and the help, I think it would end up being difficulty 0 to identify what they are.
Mm.
And yes, basically they are conscious. It's literally nanobots that gave him a conscience.
Sick.
They
Sick.
increase his empathy. Then he's like, I just don't want to do anything bad anymore.
Morality
Yeah,
bots.
basically.
Great.
I love these. These are great. We get a bucket.
So
This is such a cyberpunk thing too. They're like, yes, listen, all the criminals in prison, we're injecting them with empathy bots.
Yeah.
That way they won't commit crimes again.
You know, that's concerning because I was in prison. Any
he yeah, no, he stopped going out on like exploratory missions, which usually
Yeah.
involves
Can
fighting
you
things.
say
and-
human rights violation?
Yep.
Oh, rights. You don't have any rights.
What
You
right?
barely survived.
So they, yes, are giving him a conscience. Most of them are in his brain. You could try to cure him if you wanted to.
But why would you?
Exactly.
Yeah,
I would
this
honestly-
this
I
is
would
a
ask-
moral
Replicate them
dilemma.
and spread it.
I would ask him if. Well, we have a sample we can synthesize.
I mean, identifying nanobots and replicating nanobots are two very different things, but you could hold on to
Oh,
it
yeah.
and see if you can find some
Yep.
way to do it. Yeah, if you ask him, he
Just straight up, you have moral nanobots in your brain. Like, do you want them there, or would you like them gone?
part of me, and yeah, he's split basically. Part of him wants them gone. Part of him wants to just go back to the way things are, but then another part of him now, even though it's foreign and new, it doesn't feel separate from him. It still feels like it's now a part of him, even if it's new. And it feels like it would be wrong to just not do it, to just forget it. So
I'm sure
he's
the
gonna need some time to think about it. That isn't now.
I'm sure the morality bots have a self-preservation.
Yeah, is that him saying
Yeah.
that, or is that the
Protocol.
bot saying that?
That's up to you to decide. Yeah, no. So he's gonna think about it in time.
All right.
So yeah, I'll just be like, look, I'm gonna give him my card, which is just a Magic the Gathering card. It
With
looks like
your
it has a
name
egg
written
doctor
on
on
the
it.
back.
Perfect.
and tell him that, if you want to get rid of him, let me know,
What is
and leave him to his own devices.
given that phones
It's
don't
an expression.
exist?
I have to give you my card.
Oh, okay. He holds on to it, puts it away.
I'm not great with faces. Show that to me when you come back, and maybe that'll jog my memory on why I gave it to you.
Makes sense.
That's a land card. He seems to have a lot of those.
For some reason, there are a lot more of them than the other cards. So before we rest, Az and Indigo, because I am awful with character names. Finley, what
How
are
do
you
you
doing?
forget Finley?
I don't know. I'm like, it's a shark name. It's a shark name. What's the shark name? Az and Finley, what are you guys doing?
Oh, I was salvaging a tub with water in it so
yes.
I can nap in water.
You will be granted that, even though water is normally somewhat precious. You are
They can
granted that.
they can drink my shark bath water afterwards.
All right.
I am standing next to, the cart of dead birds and like sorting through them and trying to find the best and the prettiest wings and then look hopeful when the surgeon comes back.
We're gonna make this whole group into monsters.
What do you mean make? I started off as a monster.
I know. The rest of us aren't on the outside.
I'm going to leave that interaction up to you, but yes, I think we previously established that I don't think you could do that to others, but I will double check.
I mean, the skill itself specifically says to my own body.
Yeah.
Now, that's to get the function of it. I could sew wings on anybody.
They just might not they just might not flap. Need to be more specific.
If you want some just cool wings, I'm there. I'm all about it.
Like, when you put things on you, it works, so why wouldn't it work if you would put these on me?
I mean, fuck it. Let's try it. I don't think you're going to survive, but let's do this.
I think in actuality,
Wait,
you're gonna.
What was that not going to survive bit?
Well, it's entirely possible that you could reject the implant and it would get infected, and yeah, it could totally kill you. But that doesn't mean it will happen. I'm just going to give it maybe a 60% chance.
Now, here's another question, right? You are on fire. Those wings just might burn up as soon as they get close to you.
Basically, you have surgically attached chicken wings.
You smell
You know-
delicious.
The way you're saying this is making it a lot less desirable for some
Well,
unknown
Technically,
reason.
she has the spray that'll make things fireproof.
Mhm.
Oh, that's right. What if I use that on it first? Will that make it more likely that they'll work, or
You're asking me questions that are beyond mortal knowing. All there is to do is to try.
Do or do not. There is no try.
looks at the two birds that she picked out with the prettiest right wing and the prettiest left wing?
You have to make sure.
Death.
Do you
Looks
know
at
if
the
either of them
birds.
died from poison? Because you definitely don't want one of those to be poisoned.
Yeah, only
Yeah,
one
no,
of them
that one
died
had
from
the wing,
poison.
had the feathers falling out, and so that's not pretty at all.
You're right.
Well, if you're looking for like a death metal, like, kind of look, it would be badass. But
I think I might need to sleep on this one. I'll let you know in the morning.
you went in your sleep? Okay, no problem.
You know what? I'm gonna leave it like that, and we'll see what happens.
Okay. So we're all going to take
And I
a
take
10-hour
out my
rest.
sewing kit quietly
Yeah.
and use stealth.
Stealth incisions.
Stealth surgery.
That's
Before we do recovery rolls, healing is a skill that allows us to give more points back to people, and you can only do it after once per 10-hour chunk.
Mm-hmm. Is there anyone who hasn't been healed then? Because I think a few of you haven't.
Yeah, Finley has.
I
I
have not.
haven't been healed.
I think it was just Finley who got healed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to roll first to heal each other?
Yeah, we can. How it works is we decide how much you want to heal. That's the difficulty of the roll.
Equal to the number of points?
Yes.
So we could, if I'm helping you heal 4 for free.
I don't think you could help someone heal yourself. So it would be...
Right.
I can heal myself.
Yeah, that's because...
Specifically, I can perform surgery on myself.
Yes.
So
If it's healing 4 for free, I see mine's a bit of a mess because I get 2 extra to a different pool, and I can change it right after the sleep. So I'm technically only out 5.
Okay.
So I'll absolutely take the 4 for free, and then hope that I don't get a horrible.
Well, you
horrible
lose 2 of your...
sleep
It
roll.
should be losing 2 of your current and maximum whenever you lose 2 from that.
Yeah, it pretty much is. Yes.
Okay.
I'm down. Let's see here. 8 in that pool. 5 in that pool, and 10 in that pool.
Okay, you're down a lot.
Oh my!
I'm not down that bad, but I'm pretty down there too. So yeah. I get it.
Okay, so which order are you doing these?
Yeah. How much do you want back, Jordan? Do you know?
How much can we do for free, and then we'll figure it out from there.
Okay, so
2
I can
for
do
free, because 1 from your skill and then 1 from someone helping you, which or Finley could help heal.
I don't know how I'm supposed to help heal other than just be there.
Natural cauterization? I don't know. That's for Az.
Overcoming
shark
and
spit.
ignoring effects.
I can offer shark spit.
Yeah, sure. Cauterization. Just stick a hand on
Okay.
it.
So I've got
You tell-
healing, perform surgery, and biology that can all go into this.
Mhm. So that's
3 steps
3 on
down.
top of that.
Is this a game for forking? I'm just checking.
Kinda.
Somewhat.
Forks in every game. Oh god, that's all I want is forks.
I'd say just so we don't risk it, just give me as much as you can for free. Because I don't know what happens if you fail a roll on it.
Oh, it just doesn't. No healing.
It just
occurs.
doesn't work. Yeah. There's no
I'll just take
downside.
I'll take the bare minimum then.
Okay.
Whatever the minimum is.
It's 3 and 4 for the 4.
Okay.
All right.
And I can
I'm
put that
gonna
in any of my pools?
I believe so. Hang
I
on
think
one
so.
second.
I think it has to go all in one pool, is what we figured out. And then the rest can go wherever you want.
Healing, I think it was like 111. Damage track. Recovering. No, this is recovery, not healing. There it is. Restores points to a stat pool of your choice.
So they
Decide
all
how
have
many
to go
points
to
you
the
want to
stat.
heal, and then make an intellect action, blah, blah, blah.
But I feel like you can't do intellect unless you do a therapy session. So
It's true. My intellect is the one that's down 10. So
it might be talk therapy. That might be
No,
the one you get.
I'm just gonna put the 4 in my might, and then whatever I roll in the split between speed and intellect.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to take the free 4 as well. So
All right.
Then how do we do recovery again?
there's a recovery roll button,
Yep.
and you just click it, and that's what you get.
Yep.
We got 5. And remember to uncheck all your recovery roll boxes.
Looks like I'm staying at 6 intellect out of 16.
All right. Man, this is very different in terms of how rests work.
I am exactly back to full.
Yeah, you basically get 46 plus whatever per day
Yep.
to recover.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to, you could immediately take your next recovery roll of 1 action's worth of recovery.
I think we should hold on to that.
I think we hold on to that, and then that way I can clip this in the Twitch VOD and refer to it later when I screw myself.
Okay.
What do you mean, mind flare? Shit!
Damn it! I'm sorry, he does how much damage to my brain?
Yeah. So I believe with that, we're
Oh.
going to say my knowledge enhancement has expired.
Yep.
Same with my psychic defense nodule that
Yep.
got 1 use. Okay.
Although my sheen is still up and running.
Nice.
Okay.
Still have a muscle cart sitting around when we need it.
Anyone here willing to trade a mind sled cyber for, something to annoy the birds and set off that servant thing again?
What?
What? What is the other thing? What?
Mind sled was taking a pill, falling unconscious, and then possessing the next thing that touches the crystal that appeared out of your head when you fell unconscious, and then transferring back to your original body a day later. I mean, that's a good way to get surgery done. Let's
You're not wrong.
Yeah, take over a bird, because the surgery has to be on yourself. You use it, take over a bird, alter the bird, perform invasive surgery on the bird to give him, like, tentacles or something, and then pop out.
That crystal thing's a little weird even for me. I don't want that. I'll keep my joy buzzer and my gravity changer and my mask.
The horrible uses for that crystal are just obscene, right? Like, because we could take anyone hostage we wanted to.
It just occurred to me.
Feed them the pill.
It occurred to me now, you could actually give that to the guy who has a conscience, to put him in a body without a conscience, and then ask him if he wants a conscience, because if he goes back to his normal
That's
body...
our way around it.
I'd be okay with that if you guys want to. I'd also be happy to feed it to, the bird.
Yeah, what's his force feed in action, or?
Listen, if our Mr. Johnson
yes.
turns out to be an actual Mr. Johnson, we might want to possess him, and
that's also worth hanging on to.
Got in our back pocket for now.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
So
feed it to the.
I assume you guys
Dark
were staying in
Souls
some of the hotel rooms that are around.
Yeah.
So
I was picturing a clawfoot bathtub in the middle of town square.
I mean, there is no town
You're like
square.
The Witcher.
Okay. Horatius, when you open the door to your hotel room after resting in there, you see that a copied journal has been left at your door, at the foot of your door.
Oh. I grab it and just like flip through it.
Yep, it is full
What's
of
it about?
copied. It's an asset for information about the area. So,
Scout's Guide to this hellhole is what I'm calling it.
Parentheses scrap.
Parentheses asset is what I called it.
Okay. Well, I assume you're ready to head out. Is there anything else you want to do before you head out again?
One thing I want to do is set up a gravity changer across their doorway next to the flock and just turn it on to set gravity sideways right there so that it'll chuck off some of the trajectory of any of the bullets flying through and make them miss. And let the townspeople know that they only start shooting once the flock are through that. Because we've got multiple gravity changers, and why not?
That is a good idea that will work for some projectile weapons. It won't
I think a
be
bullet's too fast.
a bullet won't care about gravity too much either way, but other things that will help with.
How long do those last?
It depends on the
28
level.
hours.
Yeah, I think it depends. Oh, okay. Then you have to slap
The level tells you how many times you can change gravity in the gravity
you could,
changer.
Spiral it or make a weird
I kind
gravity.
of figured,
Yes.
even with ability, it's going to put it off just that little bit that you're not expecting.
Well, what you could do is instead of doing it as like a projectile catcher, you could set it up to force them up to the ceiling as a trap. So then
Oh,
we
yeah.
could trap the place that doesn't have a turret or a functional
Yeah.
door anymore.
So what? We set that up on our way out, being like, all right, the next day,
We're
this is a
not
little
gonna-
bit more
yeah.
defended. Repair.
Yep.
Okay. If you're back in 28 hours, it'll be a hassle for you to get back, but it's still there. Another
And
option
let
that
them
you could
know,
do
hey,
with
if
the
you need to,
twisting
you can
thing
change
is
it.
to have it basically be like to keep shifting gravity every few feet on that tunnel.
So it's like a
entrance.
dryer? Just-
Basically, yeah.
Dryer tumble them.
Yeah, that's exactly what it
Love
would
it.
end up being. So you could do that too.
It can only change 3 times, so basically,
Upside down,
tell them,
yeah, then normal, then upside down, and then they back to normal when they exited anyways.
Yeah, so you force them to the roof, and then once they hit the roof, it
Angle
forces them
them.
back down, and
you
then
can
that
angle
just
them, so they're just like a little triangle. They bounce between the
Yeah.
3 of them.
Oh,
set it up
that's
and give.
brilliant.
yeah. Well, you could just set it up but not turn it on, and then just tell them like,
we
hey,
could
when
set
you're
it as a
attacked, hit this
trap.
button. Yeah.
Yeah, give
Yeah,
it to
you
Milk.
could set it up as a trap. Give it to Milk.
Or either Milk or our robot friend. Who do we think gets
I
the
think setting the
defenses? Because we
trap
picked
is
off all the
I
guards.
think setting the trap is the most worthwhile option.
And then
Mhm.
just
Yeah.
tell the others, like, hey,
Mhm.
okay.
Don't step on the
Um,
red wire we have strung across the ground.
Yeah. I
So-
also
Quick
Mhm.
question for the group. I have a flex skill that changes when we take a 10-hour rest. I'm thinking either lockpicking or traps because I'm a rogue, so why not?
I think traps, because if we come into a locked door, we have the shark, which is
That's
why I
fair.
didn't want to buy lockpicks.
I'm also anti-trap. I do have anti-trap powers.
We've
Oh, you
had
do?
issues with traps before, though.
Right.
For
It
1
still will
XP.
hurt you.
Well, for 1 XP, I can make traps disable.
That's true.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But that's for
The
1
thing
XP.
Yeah.
I'm worried about is that mold. Because we're going to have to pass that again unless we go straight out and attack the flock.
No, we had to go out of our way to
Hey,
find the
you
mold.
did.
Stay within a meter of me when we're near the mold. You're fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
You might want to take the trap skill then, because you're right.
Yeah.
XP.
Because there's also traps that like we probably don't want to trigger. Like if it's an explosion, we don't want to get caught in an explosion.
Yeah, I mean, doors did way more damage than bullets to our shark friend, so...
Well, because they were triggered 2 bullets, which he wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, it's doors or bullets. He can't handle both doors.
One
and
at a time.
bullets.
Before we leave, I'll also let our gun friend know
Tarek or
like-
Tim.
Tim He's the guy with the normal name in this town.
Yep.
I
That's what's so
forgot.
weird about him.
Yeah. I'll tell Tim, like, hey, we figured out what's wrong with your friend. He's got empathy nanites.
He
He
has
just
a
got a
conscience.
conscience. And
Yeah, he's got.
and you thought he was changed in a monster. What does that make you?
Yeah, it was just a little. We offered to fix it for him, and he's got to think.
Okay, well, if you can, that'd be good, because we can't bring him with us. He doesn't want to come with us anymore. We're down a teammate.
I mean, yeah, because he has a conscience.
Yeah, it's gonna get us all killed.
I mean, you're not wrong. Okay, bye.
With a clear conscience. He'll
Yeah.
die.
Yeah, you'll die
I'm
with
not
his
sure any
clear
of
conscience. Okay. Cool.
If I was more persuasive, we'd convince him, like, hey, you could help them if they're out there. If you don't, you basically kill them anyway.
Okay.
Let him discover the intricacies of his newfound grief powers.
Yeah.
So, where are you headed? Are you headed back to the bird base to sneak into the elevator, or to do something else there?
If we get to the elevator either way that direction, we're going to have to pass through the angry ghosts.
I
Mhm.
think we
There's at
still
least
have
a
to take.
chance.
Yeah.
There's at least a chance if we go the long way that the angry ghosts will be in the forbidden room, and we can
get up
zip
to the
past.
church rooftop and just go across a different bridge.
I would like to remind you of the murder bees that are the long way that we did not deal with.
We need to go
That are
over one
horrifying.
additional building. We need to go. We went one the first time, and then we had all the problems in that building. We have to go to that roof, and then keep going to the next roof.
Well, here's the second point. We found remnants of the other party by Ghost Room. So if we could just run through Ghost Room, go down the rope, hopefully they don't follow us.
I think our best bet is to go through the bird roost elevator hole.
I mean,
Can we go down the building, the outside of the building anyway?
If you can
we have a
manage
gravity
a way to do it, you could go down the building from the outside.
Can we just change the gravity, change the gravity so that we get there at the right
It
time?
won't be risk-free, as I have mentioned before. You have seen, like, flying robot things that like, scraped at the windows and stuff like that. So, there's some risk in that itself.
And also, the gravity changer, it's you set up between these plates, and that's how much. So
You
you'd
can't
have
really
to set
set
one
up
up
a plate
and then
down.
fall, and then set up the plate before you died.
No, we can. We
All
suspend one off a broom handle at the top, and then drop the other one on the ground.
What's the difficulty for grafting wings onto my back? Because that makes things easier.
Right, you could teleport jump down, just straight up doing that. Port, 100
We
feet.
haven't yet
400 feet,
established
400 feet.
whether or not the teleport actually keeps momentum or not.
I don't think it does.
I don't know. But as for actually grafting wings onto your back, that's a whole new set of limbs. That actually,
but they are humanoid. So the difficulty is based on how.
So my question to you is: do you want to
physiology.
replace your current arms with wing arms? That would be easier, or do you want to add additional limbs? In which case, you have the whole thing of like grafting your neural patterns to fit an additional set of limbs in there.
Do I would obviously still have hands if I took off my own arms, correct?
You would, because they're
You
weird
would
hand
also
wings.
have hands on the wings if you
Which is a
grafted the
problem.
wings.
Yep, they are hand wings.
Could you know both difficulties before
Yeah,
you decide?
Yeah,
I mean,
I would be able
know
to
the nice
appraise
looking
the
ones.
difficulty. I feel.
Okay. Difficulty 4 for only having hand wings.
Okay.
And difficulty 7 for having. It'd be tough to having hand wings in addition to your.
Because you also gotta rip out their pecs and put them on your back.
Now, here's
to
the thing.
make the second set of wings work.
I'm willing to help you in this, which would reduce it by 2 steps, and then you could do all your own stuff to yourself.
And this is, I'm guessing, intellect?
Yes.
Okay.
Resistance to pain is a viable skill.
It is when you're performing surgery on yourself.
We can give you that pill and legitimately let you perform surgery on yourself.
That's true.
Else's
That would
body.
actually make the difficulty easier. That would make it so much easier to do if you literally had an out-of-body surgery.
But I wouldn't have the body for a day. Like that.
Yeah.
We could just rest in town for another day.
But
and
here's the
sit at
thing.
gravity thing tomorrow.
If we do that, you don't get the step decrease for your skill of being able to ignore pain,
True.
which would
That's
make it easier.
Mm.
Yeah, so the difference might be negligible.
It-
at that
I think it
point.
actually
But
would be.
the
Yeah,
thing
you're
is,
used to
I
performing
can
surgery on
do-
yourself to the point where you don't need an out-of-body.
Which is such a weird
Yeah.
power.
Yeah.
We can make that difficulty 7 a 1.
I think you go for that. I think you go for that.
Wings,
Just
wings,
because
get
it's
the
so much
hand
weirder.
wings.
Okay, so let's go through it. So it starts at 7, minus 2 from the help is 5.
Yep.
Um.
Healing, performing surgery, and withstanding pain.
Yep.
So that's 3. And 1 point from intellect because I have
From
edge 2.
effort. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure about healing, to be honest. This doesn't feel like healing.
Healing after the fact.
Well, hold on, because healing has to do with like more than just like actually healing, right?
Sometimes I would say yes. In this case, I'm not sure.
So it's administering aid through bandaging and other succor. So
I would say no in this case. That's still
okay,
difficulty
then
2.
can I help with understanding Numenera? Because this shit's weird.
You don't understand Numenera.
it's all right.
I
it's
would
all right.
say
2
no.
is fine. I'll take 2.
There's also the
'cause
fact
I
that
still
you're
have.
still helping at max anyways.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, but
The
my
thing
point
is-
about you're understanding Numenera, don't you have a disability in understanding Numenera?
I'm trained in understanding Numenera, but I have an inability with all knowledge-based tasks.
Yeah, so it's 0. It's not a helpful.
But yeah, I'm fine with 2 because I still have late inspiration, which gives me an asset when I reroll. So it could be down to 1 on a reroll if I.
Okay.
do that. Yes.
Okay.
Bird wings.
Perfect.
4-armed, bird-winged.
Excellent.
When I wake up, I
Um,
look at you with just a little bit of betrayal of, oh, you gave yourself wings and not me.
And you took her pretty ones.
Pretty ones.
Yep. So when you wake up, you feel different. And as a GM intrusion, I think there's
Mhm.
other additional bird-like qualities, mentally or emotionally, that come with it. Let me provide you with the specifics before you accept or decline this. I think in this case, the big one would be you find yourself weirdly, almost like a unconsciously focusing on shiny things whenever it happens.
Yep.
You have
So not different than normal so far.
Yeah. I think
Oh, we forgot about the beeping bot that's following you.
No, didn't you explode it? I think you exploded it.
Yeah, we did.
I don't
We used it as a bomb.
You used it as a bomb, I think.
I think so.
Oh.
That's how we
okay.
got out of the roost the first time.
I don't think that's an acceptable thing.
You could just use it as GM intrusion bait for later.
Using a GM intrusion for future GM intrusions feels weird. So I think I think I might not offer an intrusion now.
Empathy
but
towards the bird thing specifically?
Ooh.
Well,
Okay,
then that's just
then
also like a
I could offer
intrusion
a GM
thing.
intrusion, and it is you
Increase difficulty against the birds.
Yeah,
something
it would
like
be
that.
1 inability to hurting birds, basically hurting flock.
I'll take that.
Perfect. You get an XP, and who do you want to give it to?
I mean, Jordan helped
for
with
the
the
help.
surgery.
Yeah, I was gonna say for the help.
Yeah.
Jordan,
Yeah.
Horatius.
Sweet.
Okay. To settle up accounting, then I need to get rid of my psychic comm. Anybody want it?
What is that?
It's
Cipher?
yeah, it's a project a one-time, one-way sending message, 80 words.
You're getting rid of that?
Over my teleporter belt? Yeah, hell yeah, I'm getting rid of that.
The teleporter belt that you have strung through your flesh.
Yeah, no, these are
Yeah.
not the same.
I'll take it and I'll leave my gravity changer to scrap and be like, hey, if that one goes down, here's my other one.
If you want, I can keep that second gravity changer and just
Oh,
change
right,
the
you just
level of
freed
the
it
one
up.
I have.
Sure.
What level was yours?
7.
Sounds good.
Okay, so can you paste your
Yep.
things?
There you go.
Okay.
Okay. So you emerge a new man, or a new, formerly a man, now evolved to a higher species.
One step closer to perfection.
Yeah.
You're just Dr. Connors. That's what you are.
So when the others see you, the other residents of Scrap.
You hide them in your trench coat, or
Oh,
you
yeah,
cut
I
holes
guess.
in the back of your trench
Is it
coat.
obvious to the others that you have these hand wings, or do you keep it hidden from them? Because they might not react well to this.
You could fold them like behind your back.
Or do the
I'm
like cape
still
thing where they
thinking
come
of,
around the front.
I'm still thinking of just Angel from X-Men, where he just had them under a trench coat.
See, I
Really
am
awkward.
thinking of a worse series, the Maximum Ride young adult
Oh,
novel
yes.
series.
Yep. Where they just
I
had them
love
under their shirt, and yeah.
Yep. They had like windbreakers they cut slits in.
Yep.
No, I think I'd try to keep them as hidden as possible. How possible that is, I'm not entirely sure.
Listen, a few weird
I
lumps,
just
they're
see
not
you
going to
clasping
question.
your hand.
It's just when it's specifically flock wings that they're going to get weird about it.
Fair
But
enough.
you know, when you start leaving a trail of feathers behind you, that's when things might get weird. Luckily, it's not molting season.
Oh no, I'm molting.
All right. Anything else before we go? Or is the plan to try and head down outside now and just to like do the gravity plate setup via, like Killian goes down to the bottom by himself?
Well,
Just a little bit of detail on what the bird wings actually do here. Because I now have 2 more hands.
You do have 2 more hands, which we'll keep that in mind. It's still 1 action per turn. Attacking with multiple weapons doesn't do things. If you're dual wielding or stuff, that's not much of a thing unless you're a glaive.
Okay.
You can fly. It's the same movement distance as normal. Hovering though is a lot harder. So that will take your action to just like maintain your height without
I
moving.
don't think you
horizontally.
can hover.
I think it would just be like having to flap with all of your effort, so it would be your action.
Yeah, I feel like you have to go point to point whenever you move. You like do a little circle to hover.
Yeah.
Yep.
But if you do another action, you basically while flying you
Can only fly.
you can only fly while flying unless there's a narrative reason why you could. Most of the time, yeah, you won't be able to.
Okay, so just flight is an action. That's cool.
Yep.
Now, here is my I forgot the word, but here's the reason why I don't think we should gravity plate outside, because it only lasts for 28 hours, and then we have to go up. We have to go back up through the building anyway.
I mean,
Can-
with
I think-
Explore packs, we have pythons and, spikes and hammers, and
Yeah.
there's no
now
reason
we've
that we can't tuck him into the wall on our way down.
And now we've got rope and flight, so I can attach things to previously unreachable places.
I just think going on the outside of the building where we could get attacked by flock who could fly and the metal bird things is not a good idea.
Do we want to use the shark down express elevator? Just blast through the floor?
Yeah? Or do we want to deal with the flock?
Why don't
Yeah.
we? Well, can we sneak by the flock nest to get back to the elevator, and then do the express shark elevator in the room with the portal?
We already have a hole in that room.
We do? No,
Yeah.
but okay.
The
So
room
You
outside the
already
room with the
snuck
portal with
through the
the
flock
ghost
nest
things.
before, so you could.
Mhm.
You're
They're
aware
also
that there was
running out
some
of-
kind of sensor or some kind of alert in the hallway, which is
Yeah.
will alert them that you're coming unless you find it and disable it. It didn't matter when you're sneaking out of it, because obviously it detects you after you leave, but it would matter if you're sneaking into it.
I feel like they're running out of birds, though.
You have taken
yeah,
out.
because
You've
we
seen
killed
7.
seven.
Yeah, there were. You
Though the
killed
big
6,
killed
and there
6 or
was
7 dead.
7 dead,
trick
and you killed 1
was
before, so
that
you killed 8.
boss bird.
So there were
We've
8.
killed a
That
bunch
boss
of
bird
birds.
who buffs all other birds would make that a way tougher fight.
I think there's only 4 more birds counting the boss bird. Because there was like 10 or 11 when we first fought them.
If that was all of them.
I think it was because they were ready for us.
What about going to the other flock to try and say, hey, how many birds left?
That's
Give
another
up. I think we
building.
should give up on the flock. Like, I understand they're our mortal enemy, but
We must exterminate the birds.
I don't think we need to like go to every birdhouse and like kick it down like impotent
No,
children.
I think just this
Goddamn
one because
starlings.
just if we just do this one because then we have a clear shot to the elevator. I know there's another hole there, but that like if this is the hole with the portal, there was that like decontamination, and then the ghost room which had the hole like
I don't want to
here.
walk back through the ghost room.
Right. What I'm saying is
worried about going either side of the ghost room, because on one side we've got bees, on the other side we've got the portal, which they can seem to sense us when we're in that room.
right, but I think they only looked when we came like and peeked out. I don't know if they know when we're in there. So if we could take the elevator to this room and then just punch a hole here and go down, then we're
I
good.
think that was the GM intrusion, though. They now know that you're
Yeah,
here
that's
and
exactly
will
what
come.
it was.
Yeah.
The GM intrusion is for you to find out how permanent that is.
I still think a third building and just
Yeah.
violently busting our way down to the bottom floor is the quickest option. It involves the least amount of murder bees and ghosts.
I mean, there
Right.
could be murder bees and ghosts the whole way down the third building.
Yeah,
but
we
You know
don't.
what?
It's more. I'd rather deal with the devil we do know than the devil we don't know.
All right, let's go
I'd
beat up
rather
more
deal with the
birds.
devil we don't know, because
Oh, yeah, that's a
that's
good
how we
point.
get XP.
yeah,
You're right, experienced
discovering
devils.
things that can
Oh,
kill us
no.
is how we get XP.
Also, I can't punch ghosts, and I'm not keen to deal with them.
Yeah, building number 3 it is.
Okay,
Yes,
which
lead
is
the
the
way,
lucky
Shark
building?
Boy.
Okay.
So we're going one over from the last building we went down.
Okay, perfect. So there's nothing in your way. You continue. You cross over the things. You go back to the rooftops. You cross all the ladders and rope bridges and stuff like that. You
Keep an
come.
eye out for our friend.
Well, you don't go into the apartment building where he is, so it's fine.
No, the
Ren?
robot.
Yeah.
No, the robot friend with the floating
Ah,
wire head.
You do not see him.
The Nevigin, yeah.
Yeah, he is not here right now. And then you find yourself at an appropriate rooftop. What do you do?
Is there
Any
a
downward
door?
access?
I would like
That-
to jump
There
as
is
high
not
as
a
I
rooftop entrance.
There will be. I would like to jump as high as I can and shark dive bomb the ceiling.
Street sharks.
Perfect. Um.
I am hard enough. Don't worry.
Okay.
I really kind of want to. I don't want to see this roll failed, but at the same time, you're jumping up and just face.
Um, I think this will be difficulty 4.
Bad news, guys. They use reinforced concrete.
You're not difficulty 4. You're not going through like reinforced steel beams. This is a ceiling that is not meant to support weight. Not that. It's not to support another floor of weight.
Yeah. What could I use to bring that down one? I like to pull out
Your
one
options
of my...
are help, skills, effort, basically. Unless you have another asset, which I don't think you do.
I have harpoons.
That does not help here.
I spent a summer as a lad as a roofer.
I just thought of
and
the
I
worst
have
idea.
Permanent details.
Using the harpoon as a grappling hook to swing into the side of a building, that would be an asset because of your momentum, but not from the rooftop.
I was thinking taking the harpoon and punching a ring of holes.
The harpoon will not be able to perforate the concrete.
Wait, can I look at my Scout's Guide to this hellhole to figure out the best way to get down?
It would not involve breaking things, so it would not be an asset for this roll.
No, I mean, like, to figure out, do we want to break here, or do we want to go somewhere else to get down? Like, to figure out, is this a bad building, or is this a good building?
That's fair. I will say now, while that is a good idea, as you peruse through it, you don't, like, a lot of the buildings are just, like, I would say most of the buildings aren't scouted like that. Like, it's not an exhaustive list.
I turn to. Here's my solution. Yeah. I ask it as, "Can you? How high can you throw me?"
I'll give it a shot. I mean, yeah, no, sure. I can try and help like this by throwing the shark.
Throw me higher up. My dive bomb has extra speed.
Without breaking a window or the roof, a lot of the buildings can only be entered from the ground floor, which means few of them have been entered. So it's not pretty clear from the book. But yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm quite happy to throw the shark up in the air. It's a beautiful picture, and I will say sure.
Yeah, I'm looking for the cheerleader toss up.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that goes from 4 to 2 because I'm trained in breaking.
Yep. Are you spending any effort?
Should I?
What are you at?
I'm at 11 of 16 for might.
Meh. 2 is pretty good, I think.
You have a 70% chance of making it.
Yeah, I'm going to go for 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I'd like to offer you a GM intrusion.
I'm listening.
That the floor beneath you is a lot further down than you might have expected when you fell.
I'm good at tossing.
And it's not a, 10-foot beneath you floor, but several times 10 feet. Not deadly to someone like you, but it's a big room. It's a tall room that you've entered.
That's more the way down.
So we're talking about damage is what I get?
Or any damage?
It would be some damage, and also you're stuck at the bottom.
I mean, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a big room.
It is a big room. I think in this case, probably 6 damage.
6?
What?
Yes.
That's a lot of damage.
It's a lot of damage.
Oh, right. There's a fall damage chart.
Oh.
Is there?
Is there? Oh, I didn't know that. Okay,
yeah.
hold on.
Falling. 1 damage per 10 feet.
Yeah, that's about right then. 6 damage.
So it's a 60-foot whole room?
I'll describe it in a sec.
What? That's
insane.
Yep.
On the top floor?
Yep.
The top 60 feet one?
I'll describe it in a sec, but yes.
Really nice penthouse with vaulted ceilings.
No.
Oh, no.
Those are like cathedral vaults.
It's so much worse because falling counts as ambient damage that ignores armor.
Well, my armor is not like wearing armor. It's just being tough armor.
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, we see the hole in the ceiling as you fall.
the one.
Oh, who else gets the XP?
Who has the lowest amount of XP?
I think a lot of us have 2. Yeah.
I have 3, so. Not me.
All right. Well, I give it to Jordan, and I'm like, "Catch me, Horatius Apolloc!"
And nope, you've fallen. There's a
Sir
thud.
Eep.
There's a woo thud. And then
As I smash into the ground, taking 5 damage apparently.
yep. And then you all look down. I assume one of you produces a light.
Yes.
She is the light. What
That's
are you
true.
talking about?
Well, yeah, that's true. And there is daylight. Okay. Looking down into the building, especially as your eyes adjust, Finley, this is a building or a room that is unlike anything you have seen before. It is this, yeah, it's this enormous tall room that the single room takes up the entirety of the building itself in terms of like square footage. There's no windows, and alongside the
What brutalist architect designed this building?
well, we'll get to that. You see in almost aisles, and alongside all of the walls are maybe 3 foot by 3 foot. I would call them like containers of sorts. All of them seeming to be dripping with some kind of gray viscous liquid, like a very foamy liquid. However, as you watch for a second, you realize that the liquid isn't moving. And all of these, like, there's dozens and dozens of these containers that are all seem to be overflowing with it. So some are right next to you, and as you look at it, you realize that it is this solid cement-like stone that all of these vats and containers seem to be overflowing with, but it's all solid. It just is in the shape of liquid. Yeah.
Well, while you two secure a rope, I'm gonna fly on down and check on our shark friend.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't have rope. Do you have
And
rope?
you get down, and I'm
I
like,
do, and it's
I hand you
fireproof.
rope.
yeah.
I've
Okay.
got rope. Yeah. And
Yeah.
the things to secure it.
Well, as you come down, you see me pulling a shard of floor out of my arm, apparently.
Yep.
I will offer first aid if you want it.
Yes, I'm bleeding profusely.
Perfect.
What's the first aid I can receive? I am down 8 points of might.
8? I mean, we can wait for help, and you can get 4
Or for free.
for
Yeah.
free.
Yeah.
I will accept 4.
Okay.
So wait.
Can I help by flexing my muscles back together as you stitch them?
I mean, yes. I mean, once
tell 'em where it hurts.
Horatius gets down here, you know.
Yeah.
But we
trying to
need more
send-
help to, I think.
I'm trying to staunch the blood flow with flexing. So,
I think we need more help to get the minimum guarantee. So yeah.
but what's
Yeah.
the
Once we come down.
I don't know if you've seen Demon Slayer, but there's definitely a scene at one point where, like, yeah, just flex the broken blood vessels to stop the bleeding is the
That would burst
solution.
more blood vessels.
That was their solution, was to, like, ostensibly with that whole show's magic is based on breathing. And it's
right.
like, breathe right, and you can flex the blood vessels back together so you can receive first aid. And that was the most medically inaccurate thing I've ever heard in an anime.
Really ever in an anime.
Well, it's like, no, it's the thing that they were trying to do some, like, magic plus
No, that's
real
true. It's just
anatomy.
anime's done some
they
weird
just-
stuff.
And it's like, if you went all magic, I would believe it. If you went all medical, I would believe it. But it's like neither.
Fair.
So you both have 50 feet of rope, so do we want to cut 40
Okay.
feet off of this?
I mean, just tie the two together and
don't
just
cut
coil
them.
it at the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when we
Secured
need
a couple
to,
extra times ropes at the top so that
Yeah.
something.
When we need to get back down, I just pull on the rope really hard and break the roof again as we rip out the
Or,
piton.
send
More
the bird
damage
up.
as it falls on you. Yeah, good idea.
Maybe you should climb to the top of the rope, break us down another floor, and hope it's not as big as this one is, and that way we have all the rope.
You got 60 feet to hit that good velocity.
I'm not opposed to climb back up, pull out the piton, and then dive again.
That's actually
Break
kind
another
of great.
floor.
So I
Break
was
another
gonna
floor.
wait to describe this, but there is actually a way out of this room.
Oh.
Or,
I mean, not that we're
Or
seeing.
I kind of like the other floor thing.
we need to investigate these tubes first, and then I can dive this floor too.
okay.
Okay.
Stairwells are for suckers.
Yes.
I mean, I'm just trying to maximize our rope usage here.
Well, we can even use the rope as a safety feature, so we can piton it down to the floor here. I climb all the way up, undo the piton at the top, so when I jump through the second floor, if the other one is also 60 feet, the rope will save me from dying again.
Yeah. He'll stop
But-
at 40.
Yeah, but then we need to get back through that hole.
that's what
assumedly
the
Yeah,
bottom-
we
later.
have someone
that's
who
what the
waits,
bottom
they fly
piton-
up,
Oh, right.
catch
Okay,
it,
yeah.
you're good.
I'm
Yeah.
down with this plan.
Okay.
You're just
we got-
So on another part of the room you see a I think it would end up being a simple trapdoor, basically, that looks like it leads
Oh.
downwards. Yeah. There are would it be ladders? No, there's probably one of those like vehicles near here. It's broken down. I don't actually know the name for it, but it's one of those vehicles.
Forklift?
It's basically a forklift, but with like a person that can also. Yeah, it's basically something similar to a forklift that can.
Is it a hand truck, like a non-motorized forklift that's just the two prongs and the little handle that's on top?
Similar to that, yeah, but it can It can extend up to the 60 feet. It's like a modified version.
Oh, so like a cherry
Those
picker.
things.
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah.
scissor lift?
Yeah.
Where it's like the accordion? The
Yeah.
scissor lift.
Yes.
Mm.
Well, let's start kicking some barrels. So
Can
like,
we poke something in and around the gray stuff to see what it does?
oh, real
or if
quick,
it
I
does
get my
anything?
healing, right? I get my 4 points.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, who is making a roll to investigate the area? And this would, I think, be separate from investigating specifically the like liquid stone stuff.
I want to investigate the liquid stone stuff because
Yeah,
I
I'm
assume
very
that
much
has
so.
something to do
I
with the
stone.
Numenera.
Yeah, I want to poke something into liquid stone and see if it is stone or what consistency that thing is.
Yeah, we're gonna kick some barrels first before we figure out what's in the room.
Okay,
Let's start kicking these barrels.
Okay. So, this will be, what would the difficulty be?
Said it's like stone, so I want to break some off. That's my help.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, is it
rip a chunk
liquid
off.
or is it solid?
It is solid, but looks liquid. It looks like it.
I'm assuming something dripped and hardened.
Well, it doesn't even look like it. It looks like some of it is mid, like, drip. It's like a waterfall froze immediately, of sorts.
Yeah,
But it's not
I wanna-
currently dripping.
It is not currently dripping. It is currently fully solid.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to punch through some of it so we can have a better sample. As my help for whoever's rolling.
Okay.
I could.
I volunteer Horatius.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, you can roll. You're the brain boy, so
Mm.
Okay.
It does understanding Numenera help here? Because while I am trained, I'm also entered.
Yes, understanding Numenera absolutely helps here.
Okay.
The difficulty for this would be, there's some stuff here. Probably 5.
Okay. So
we can
I
also
think my-
test it for another factor. We get hardness and heat. That's two things that we're experimenting on it with.
if we're experimenting, I would like to argue for perception.
It's actually quite tough. I'm not going to say that you can't break off a piece of it, given your whole breaking things thing. But I don't think anyone else can break a piece off of it. I don't think perception would help here.
Okay, so it's 5 base. With the 1 help, it's 4. My
I'll still help by,
Okay,
trying the heat.
Okay.
3. My understanding Numenera is canceled out by my inability of
Yes.
knowledge.
But your
Yes.
book is another.
My book?
Book
Oh
will
no,
help
wait,
with
because I
this.
already have
The
two
book's an
assets.
asset,
And
so
you
it
have 2
doesn't.
assets max. Yeah, that's true.
I'll use my brain power. So make it
Okay.
2.
Okay. Then we roll difficulty 2.
Yay!
All right.
Hey,
So this is something you might find in the book. It is called organic stone. It is grown from a bacteria that excretes stone in sort of this weird liquid form until until it hardens, basically. It is supposed to be kept at very cool temperatures and hardens when it reaches room temperature. This room is not very cold, obviously. Yeah, it is about. It has the strength of granite. Um, it doesn't seem. It seems slightly more porous than that, but doesn't look too dissimilar from granite otherwise. Um,
How quickly does the bacteria produce stone? Like, could you set it in a doorway and have it fill in a relatively quick amount of time?
no, it usually grows it over the course of a few, this 3x3 container. It would probably take a couple weeks for it to fill the container, and
Okay.
it usually consumes basically um, like organic gases. Basically, that's actually why it's porous, not because it excretes gases, but because it feeds on them.
so I think the actual construction method would be like a nitrogen tank where you keep it under pressure so it keeps it cool, like the liquid it excretes,
Yep.
and then you spray it with a foam sprayer, and then as it
Yeah.
hits the wall, it starts to heat up.
Yep. And you look like that room was originally made for this. It is a farm, effectively, of this.
Why would you put this at the top of a building?
Because
Oh, they
the
put it
stone
60 feet down in a
itself,
building.
because the stone itself is half as light as most stone, as it's not, and that accounts for the porousness as well. It is just as
Half
strong.
as heavy?
Sorry, yes, it's half the
Okay.
weight, despite being just
So they-
just as strong. So it is a superior type of stone.
So it has a higher tensile strength and a lower density than granite.
Yes.
Or equal
And,
tensile strength, lower density.
Yes, that's
And
actually
this
true.
is like,
Yeah.
is it still growing or is it like now?
It is not growing any longer. No.
Okay, so we
The
are safe.
refrigeration. Yeah.
We're not going to stand in a room of growing stone as it fills to our necks.
That's
All
correct.
And I think before we do XP stuff, kind of let's dive above the second floor.
Well, wait, we have the trap door. Do you just want to fling the trap door so you don't possibly
We
die?
could at least look and see how far you're gonna fall.
Yeah,
to the
see
You're
how far it
fine.
is.
And doors have
Fine.
been worse luck than floors for us, right?
It's true.
I don't know. You're 1 for 1 on damage from the floors.
Yeah. I want to get a piece of scrap wood or something and lift open that trapdoor.
Okay, as you approach the trapdoor, this is an unusual thing. Can you please make a difficulty, something, intellect, defense? I believe it
Oh
is.
Okay.
no.
What's the difficulty?
Here we are.
Got it.
It is not a defense. Sorry, it's level 3, difficulty 3, intellect task.
Is it attacking me?
No, it's not a defense. It was my mistake.
I did it.
Hey.
Perfect. You stop a few feet short of the doorway because you see, as you approach, several micro wires that have been placed. Several, and you can see them. They're all across the doorway, and as you look around, you see that they are. Now that you know to look for them, and now that the light is on them, this several metallic spider webs have been placed around the trapdoor. And I think
So
we'll end
this
the
is
session.
spiders,
Floor
not
it
bees.
And
There's
Through the
robot
floor it
spiders.
is.
and
There's robot spiders.
as you notice this, they will ambush you, leaping forward from the shadows. Some of them from inside, or behind one or two of those bats. There are three of them. They are a few feet wide, steel spiders.
Are they robots or are they
That is not clear.
okay? Horrifying.
Organic steel spiders.
All right. How many XP did we get this session?
So,
2?
At least.
I think at least 2.
So
We-
discoveries. You got one for what happened to Hemen.
Yeah.
You got one for the
Morality
organic.
bots.
Yeah, you got one for the organic stone as well. I think that's it.
Unless you want to count. I mean, we didn't learn anything from our boss, but we learned that he knows something and is not telling us.
That is not enough.
Okay,
You also got a 1 on the roll. You definitely did not get enough information for that to count.
that's fair.
So 2 discoveries, I think. Yeah.
Then do we get XP for anything else?
I don't think so. The other XPs, the rest of the XP is from GM intrusions, I believe. I could be wrong.
Yeah, because we're not using the goals thing.
Yeah.
Well, we have one goal, which is kill the bird boss, but that's about it.
Yeah, but you
We'll
decided
do
to
that on our way
not do
back.
that.
We're slowly working towards it.
Well, we have a quota of like a 1 bird battle an episode, and we already hit it. So
We already hit
Exactly.
our bird battle.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. We will be back next week with more Numenera. Yeah, and we'll see how this spider fight goes. Okay. Well, this was
Cool.
fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a dumb idea. We were talking about Ryutama, but the March of the Mole People could be an easy exploration game.
To fit into here, and just like it takes place entirely in like the subway tunnels or
Yeah,
something like that.
entirely in the subway tunnels where it's just mole people migrating.
There is isn't I don't know how tied it is to its setting, but isn't ultraviolet grassland supposed to be a
Ultraviolet Glasslands is a setting.
it is
Yeah,
a setting.
they
Oh,
tacked in,
It's primarily a setting.
okay.
yeah, the system it uses is pretty bare bones.
Yeah, the system it uses is pretty bare bones and entirely optional. Ultraviolet Glasslands is 85% setting. It's a
Okay.
setting with like it's a
There's one
point
that
scroll
was-
campaign.
Yeah. Okay. Never
It's
mind.
a cool one, but it's mostly setting.
There was a game that was primarily like a game built around being a traveling caravan. I'm trying to remember what it was.
There's a bunch of those.
True. Okay. We'll be back next week. Thank you everyone for watching.
Yep.